I'd like to talk to you just for a few minutes this morning about the heart of Rotary. One day I came to my Rotary meeting and I got in line in the buffet behind a gentleman named Steve Youngs. Now Steve had been a Rotarian over 50 years. He was a good Rotarian. He had probably 50 years of perfect attendance, which boggled my mind. I couldn't imagine how you could stop your whole life and show up to Rotary every single week for 50 years. So anyway, I got in line, and in my 30-something perkiness, I said, "How you doing today, Steve?" And he turned to me, and he said, "Not very well. My wife died last night." Well, I was speechless. I couldn't imagine why on earth this man had shown up at a Rotary meeting at a time like this. Was this perfect attendance thing that he was after so important? I was just beside myself. I didn't even know what to say. And he must have seen this blank look on my face, and he said, "My sons live far away. They're on their way home, but they won't be here till tonight." He said, "Today, I need to be with family." And he had come to our Rotary Club because they were his family. And it was at that point I realized that this organization that I had joined was a lot more than a lunch club. One of the reasons I wanted to talk about the family of Rotary is because this year the family of Rotary has had a big impact on my life. And I'm going to tell you a story. I think I'm going to try to tell you a story of what's happened in my life this year and how my Rotary Club has gotten me through it. In December of this year, I ended up in the emergency room at our local hospital. And after a bunch of tests, the doctor said, "We think you need to see a specialist. We're going to send you to Traverse City," which is about 3 hours away from Sault Ste. Marie. We ended up a couple days later down in Traverse City, and we met with the specialist, and he said, "I think we might have a problem here. I think we need to do some surgery, and we have an opening tomorrow morning." So 3 days before Christmas this year, I ended up in Traverse City having some major surgery. And when I got out of recovery later that afternoon, Ken and I were in the hospital room, and the doctor came in, and he said, "We've got the surgery taken care of, but I wanted you to know that you have ovarian cancer." Well, as Ken and I sat there and looked at each other, we thought, "Oh my goodness, this is not part of the plan. I'm going to be on the board of directors of Rotary International. I have things to do. I'm active in my club. I have family. This is not the way I planned it." And anybody who knows me knows that I like to do things the way I plan them. Well, as we sat there kind of in shock, looking at each other, I turned, and on the little table next to my hospital bed was a bouquet of flowers, beautiful red and white Christmas flowers. And I looked over, and the card said, "Betsy, we love you, the Rotary Club of Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan." And you don't know the impact that those flowers had on me at that moment. I looked at that and I thought, you know, my Rotary Club is here with me today, and I have a lot of things that they're going to expect me to do. And so I better just get my act together, make the decision to get through this, and take care of business. The president of the club is the one who sent me those flowers. She had heard that I was going down for surgery, didn't know how it was going to turn out, but thought, you know, the day before Christmas, she's going to need some support there. And those flowers showed up because of the club president and meant so much to me. Actually, I think those flowers put me on the track of where I need to be going. I was in the hospital for a couple days. I would have gone home sooner, but they wouldn't let me take the morphine pump with me. We ended up going home on Christmas night, and as we arrived home, there were cards there waiting for me from my Rotarian friends. And there was a message, there were a number of messages on the answering machine, but one of the messages on that answering machine was a spouse of another Rotarian. And actually, her husband is here as a president-elect, and she's here with him, and she doesn't have no idea the impact that phone message had on me. But she said, Betsy, my mom had this 30 years ago, and this weekend we're celebrating her 90th birthday. That kind of boost is the kind of boost that you need when you're facing that kind of challenge in your life. Thank you, Ginny, wherever you are. As the next few days rolled by, the phone calls came in, Rotarians called on me. About the day after we got back, somebody knocked at the kitchen door. One of the past presidents of my Rotary Club showed up with his wife and his little girl, and they showed up with a turkey dinner. They knew that we hadn't been home for Christmas. They showed up with the turkey, the stuffing, the dressing, the cranberry sauce, the whole works. That meant so much to us. A day or so later, another knock at the kitchen door. Another meal arrived for us. What I didn't know is that arrangements had been made that every 2 days, a complete meal would be brought to my house. Now, Ken is a wonderful nurse, but he's not much of a cook. So you don't know how much we appreciated the work of our Rotary Club. Like our regular families, our Rotary families can give us the inspiration that we need to get through the challenges in our lives. As we saw in some of the videos earlier, it said we can, as Rotarians, can make the difference in the world one child at a time. I would propose to you, you can make the difference in the lives of other Rotarians, one Rotarian at a time. But I would challenge you to change the culture of your club to be a caring club and take that legacy, leave that legacy with your club, that your club cares for its members and your club will be strong forever. I thank you for being my Rotary family. Thank you.